For the past few years, I have been dreaming of this trip. The time finally came. My wife and I packed our car and headed out to what would be one of our most amazing trips so far. This trip starts in one of Germany's most beautiful areas near Garmisch-Partenkirchen, Lake Eibsee.
Ready?
The plan for day 2 was to get up to Seceda and spend the night to witness both sunset and sunrise. However, the weather refused to cooperate. We had our fair share of random storms with hail and lightning, but still found some time to pitch the tent. Unfortunately, the sunset was a no-go. The sky never managed to clear up and it was just gray and dark the entire time. You win some and you lose some, I guess. The sunrise, on the other hand, was very beautiful, so at least it was all for something. The night before day 4, we arrived at a campground right at the base of Tre Cime di Lavaredo. We woke up early in the morning and set off for the park. We managed to beat the crowds and had zero wait time at the gate. The toll to get into the park is 30 euros per car. A bit steep, but very well worth it. We did the classic loop around Tre Cime, and the views are just out of this world. A must when visiting the Dolomites. In this same park, there is another hike that you can do, Cadini di Misurina. It takes about 1 hour and 30 minutes total. You get to a viewpoint that is super dramatic. The hike itself is easy, but it can be a bit sketchy. Another must in the Dolomites in my opinion. We decided to save the best for last, and on day 5 we hiked to Lago di Sorapis. The hike starts at the unofficial parking on Paso Tre Cime. The views you get when you arrive at this lake will leave you speechless. The color of the water is unbelievable. To get there we took Route 215, and it was a somewhat moderate hike with only a few exposed areas. Very much worth it. On the way back, my wife convinced me to take the less traveled path back, Route 216. This hike was definitely a lot harder than we expected. Steep, rocky terrain with some exposed areas, also a very steep area with loose rocks. However, it felt very rewarding when we finally finished and made it back to our car, and it was definitely a great way to finish off this trip.